Hey everyone, how are we doing tonight? I think we're live. We're going to start our Kung Fu Nugget workout in a minute. Message from David. Hi, good to see you. Thank you. Quick as usual sound check. Just let me know I'm not talking to myself and you can hear me okay. Evening Sylvia. I'm just setting the music thing up. Sound check, testing. On. Good evening. Thanks, Simon. Bowl of kittens. Thanks, Gordon. Great. Josie Wells from Wales. Thanks for joining us. It's Jonesy Wells, not Josie Wells. That's the outlaw, Josie Wells. Fu Jiao. Hey ho. Hi, Joan, Esther. Hi, Barbara. Give it a minute more. People a chance to join in. Art Koch, hello from US. Oh, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while. I think you used to join in the 𝐻𝐺 Nugget before, right, Art? Am I correct? Ni hao ma. Jane, hi. Jonesy, yes, that Josie's my icon. Yeah, cool. Didn't see it's very small. Okay. I think it's time for us to start. We'll have a nice little 30-minute workout. I'll try and keep it moving a little faster this week. Hi, Bella. Welcome. Last week we did, just a quick recap, we did a quick warm-up, some leg swings. We learned some basic stances, horse stance, bow stance, hanging stance. Thanks, Art. Appreciate it. And we also did the qiāma, turning waist, and the pao choi, which was the first of the hand techniques. So we're going to review those and learn some more stuff tonight. Right. Okay, everyone, we do a salute in right fist, left palm, in line. Pretend you're saluting to me. All right, we're doing some warm-ups. Interlock the fingers, rotate the wrists like this, go on the toes and rotate the ankle like this. Just going to do some joint mobility first. Bigger circles as you can, switch feet. Elbows, bigger circles, fairly briskly. The other way. Okay, shoulders. Make sure the chest is closing and the back is opening, and then vice versa. And other way. And with the neck, tip the chin down, do a full circle, and then reverse it. Hands on the kidney area, waist. And reverse. Feet together, hands on the knees, circle. And reverse. From here, bend down and press back. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Keep the feet together, interlock the fingers, press the palms up, stretch up high, and turn. Looking under your arm rather than over your arm. And the other way. Back to the middle, press forwards. So stretching, squeeze the elbows together. Push the tailbone back. Fold forwards. As you breathe out, drop deeper. Rotate to one side. To the other. Back to the middle. Bend the knees, come up slowly. Little shake out. Okay. Make a lunging step. Front hand on the hip. Back hand's going to stretch to the very tips of the fingers. Speed it up. Okay, and reverse the direction. And we change sides. Hand goes on the hip. Make sure you're facing front, back leg straight, front leg bent. And go faster. And reverse. And back to the middle. Feet together. Arms out to the side. Lift your head up. Step with the left foot and swing the right leg up. Then come back. Step with the right foot, swing the left leg up. 1, 2, 3, swinging gradually higher. 4, 5. Now actively pull your leg down. 6, pull it down fast. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Then we'll do the stances that we did last week. Start with the feet together, stand tall. Place the hands on the waist. So first of all, step out. This is called level or parallel stance. Weight is in the middle. Then we're going to do a horse riding stance. Step again. And push. Feel like you're corkscrewing the feet into the floor. Keep the back straight. Breathe. Put your mind to a point about 3 inches below your belly button where your centre of gravity is. Hold that for a few breaths. Imagine you're standing like a mountain, firm and stable. From here, keeping your front knee in the same place, you're going to turn the hips and straighten the back leg out. This is called bow and arrow stance. My front toes are still turned inwards. And from here, I'm going to transfer my weight to my back foot, so I'm hanging. This foot has no weight in it. I'm sitting down into one leg. back to the middle. And we're going to repeat the exercise going to the other direction. Horse riding stance. Keep your back straight. Then turn the other way, straightening the back leg. And now sitting into the back leg with the front foot hanging, no weight on. Sitting here, keeping this leg empty. Come back to the middle. Now from here, repeating an exercise we did last week, which is the turning horse. We're going to keep the eyes straight ahead. So the feet are going to turn, the hips are going to turn, but your gaze is going to stay on one spot. So look towards the screen. You can mirror me or go the other way, it doesn't matter. So as you turn, the back foot pivots and the eyes stay looking to the front. So when we do a turn, the back foot pivots first, followed by the other foot. Here. So both feet pivot, but not at the same time. It's 1, 2, and the second one is a snapping motion. Okay, every time I count, you do one turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the middle. Good. Have a little shake. And breathe. Okay, that's the first part of our lesson. Hi to Anne, Suzanne, and Richard as well. So we just did a brief warm-up, some joint rotations. Then we did some dynamic stretching. So arm swings and leg swings. That's called dynamic flexibility because rather than holding the stretch statically, you're moving and you're gradually increasing the range of motion. And there are a whole variety of such stretching methods. Hi, Christine. So, feels good to see news again. Great. Totally not rich, Catherine. Welcome, Catherine. Hope you enjoy. Easy mistake, right? So, what we're going to do now is we learn so we did our dynamic flexibility and we covered 4 stances. The first one is called Peng Bo. Peng means level or parallel, so feet are straight. The second one, 𝐂𝐚𝐽 Bo, horse riding stance. The third one, 𝐒𝐿𝐴, is bow and arrow. Front leg is bent like a bow, back leg is straight like an arrow. Fourth one, 𝐷𝐼, hanging stance, where the weight is all on the back leg and the front leg is hanging. So I want you guys to practice. Hi Tom, nice to see you. 𝐂𝐚𝐽, how would we spell wheel stance? You know, people, there probably is a standard spelling, but in the martial arts, people tend to just spell it phonetically because it's obviously it's a Chinese character. 𝐂𝐚𝐽, 𝐂 𝐷, so CHE, maybe. There are standardized like 𝐿𝐴𝐥𝐥𝐨𝐰 pronunciation and stuff like that. I can't say. I can speak Cantonese, but I don't write much. Okay, so we've done that. Now we're going to look at the hand technique. The one we did last week was called 𝐿𝐴𝐥𝐴𝐥𝐿 𝐵𝐿. Now, 𝐵𝐿 means underarm throw. 𝐵𝐿. We did that last week, right? So anything which is 𝐵𝐿 is underarm throw. So there are hundreds of different types of underarm throwing techniques, right? This one is called 𝐿𝐴𝐥𝐴𝐥. 𝐿𝐴𝐥𝐴𝐥 is like lifting a weight over your head. Okay? So the arm is stretched all the way up. as if you're holding a weight over your head. That's the first one. And see how the wrist is level. No, straight. Thumb, you guys practice this fist. 1, 2, 3. Hapgar fist here, not here. Some of the Shaolin, the Hongar, they do this, but 𝐏𝐻𝐿 is here, okay? 𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐴 is focusing on this knuckle. So we're going to do a few of those first. We're going to use the 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐽 exercise. Okay. To do this, put your hands like this so your thumbs are twisting, thumbs on top. So you're feeling, you're opening the chest and the meridians on the inside of the arms. You're going to turn and use the turn of the legs to throw the arm up. Pause at the top and you're looking under your arm. Don't be like this. All the way. Turn. Power. Turn. Power. Turn. Power. 1, 2. Remember you're stretching upwards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice my rear hand. This way. Not twisted under here. This way. So that when you throw the technique, you have a rotational force, a centrifugal force. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐩𝐨𝐫𝐭. Rotating power. Here, rotate. Rotate. Throw up. Okay. Traditionally, we use these weights. So when we throw the weight up, imagine you're throwing it up and you're catching it at the top. Can't do that. So you need to grip at the top. Grip. If it's here, oh, it's too heavy. Here, oh, no good. You need to find the straight line, packed into the shoulder, wrist straight. So the next set we do, I want you to imagine, well done, Joan. I want you to imagine you've got those if you haven't, and just put that feeling in your arms, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and down. Okay, new movement. This one, mimicking the wings, the flapping wings of the crane. So those of you might have seen, I put the video up on Facebook and Instagram today of this movement. So this is the wing of the crane flapping. So you want to keep the shoulder very relaxed. The power is going to come from the 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐽. The 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐽 is driving it. The arm is passive. So this time, rather than stretching as high as you can, with one arm down, one arm up, both arms go up. Both arms come down, both arms up. Both arms down, both arms up. So you're slightly dropping your weight and rising up. Okay? The other thing is, I'm looking under my arm, not on this side. I'm looking on this side. So hands come down, hands come up. Hands come down, both together, both up. Let's do 10 together. 1, 2. Keep the shoulders soft. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and relax. We have some questions? I still have the old Buddha ones from the 90s. I had as well, David. I actually very, very recently got rid of them. Only recently, and begrudgingly, I got rid of them because I didn't have the space. Right. 𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐴 only utilised on the upward part. Yes. Good question. Absolutely, the downstroke is called 𝐷𝐷. 𝐷𝐷. So, one idea, maybe someone is grabbing, you can use this against the elbow joint. This is a classic bear hug defense movement. That's one of the uses. Also, you can think of it like something's coming in here and you're defending it, and then this is usually attacking to the groin in application, this part of the movement, because you're actually closer than you think. So you're hitting here. This is what we call follow through. So this is mainly exercising of the arm. And again, this is a weight training exercise. So you're coordinating downward power, upward power. But the downward part does not have the waist turn. So you don't do this, then you have no power here. You use gravity for this, and your power comes with the second one. As opposed to pet choy, where you're actually using gravity for the downward part. So it's a little different. But we were going to be going through these. Thank you for the question. Any other questions? I like questions. Okay. Now, both of those two punches are both called pao because they're throwing upwards. First one is called 𝐒𝐻𝐿 because it's holding a weight. The second one is called 𝐷𝐷𝐿, which is the flapping of the wings. Okay, but there's subdivisions of the family of technique called pao choy, which is going upwards. Now, it's pretty clear. If you think of lifting weights and exercising, you're going to be predominantly going against gravity because there's no exercise value to going with gravity, right? So in other words, if it's weights you're pushing, if it's your body weight, you can be pulling it, but essentially you're going against gravity. So when we're using weights, good, I'll answer that in a second, Richard. When you're using weights, you're going to find that most of the big weights, the big movements, so if you think in weightlifting, you've got deadlift, you've got squat. Okay, bench press is different because you're lying down, but snatch and so on, you're lifting upwards. So you find a lot of the 𝐏𝐻𝐿 movements are power movements to build the strength in the body, because then you can utilize gravity. Do your shoulders need to be loose for both punches? Okay, at the top of the 𝐒𝐻𝐿 pao choy, there is a stabilizing. There is a kind of a, not locking, that's going a bit far, but there's a squeeze up here. So you go, pop, relax, pop, relax. When you do 𝐷𝐷𝐿, you do not tense at all. You do not stop the movement. You let the weight just float up, or the arms just float up. So there's no sense that I'm stopping. I'm just going here, here, here. So the shoulders are very, very relaxed. This one, it's relaxed, but then at the end there's a brace, a brief brace for half a second or so. How much wrist flick snap is used on 𝐷𝐷𝐿? Okay, good question. I don't want to get too technical, but in one sense, none, because the wrist snap is simply the exit of the power which starts from the back leg. So when the movement stops, the hand will naturally, there'll be that. But if I say that, people will start adding, like trying to use this muscle to do it. And it's not so much that. It's a natural consequence of the wave, bop, 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 bop. And at the end, the wrist is slightly bent. Unlike the 𝐒𝐻𝐿 pao choy, where the wrist is absolutely straight, because if you imagine holding a weight over your head, you can't be bent or it'll hit you in the head. Whereas with this one, there is a motion of the wrist. But as I say, do not add a wrist snap to it. Wrong. The weight will float, the wrist will snap naturally if you relax and the energy propagates. So it's wrong to sort of, you see a lot of this. Wrong. Okay, great. Should we learn another one? Let's learn another move. How are we for time? Good. We got time. Pushed a bit more today, fast a bit. I think I was yakking too much last week. So, all right. Let's do a straight punch. Now, our kind of 𝐏𝐻𝐿, the straight punch, a little different. Okay. What we're going to do is draw the other hand back, like you're. Well, it's not exactly like bending a bow, because bending a bow is going to be here, but it has something of a feeling of drawing a bow. In other words, this is opening motion. Okay? So rather than this hand being like this, it's sticking out. So it's kind of like I'm a little teapot. Rather than here, it's here. Why? Because the two forces are going to go 180 to each other. Okay? And that's something, you know, when I teach fighters, maybe they want to keep the hand up more, but the principle is the same. To get the power, the rotation of the shoulders and the hips together, rather than punching like this. We want to rotate. And it's easier to learn that by feeling this kind of motion here. So almost like you're elbowing somebody behind you. Elbowing someone behind you. And that force is the counter to this force. If otherwise, you're going to go forwards. Okay, equal and opposite forces because I'm punching to this direction. Now, if I were in the Shaolin, like in the 𝐂𝐚𝐽 meridian stepping punch, maybe they're here, so then your power comes in. A 𝐏𝐿, we're going to use the chair mark. So I don't want this to happen. So I want to emphasize as much rotation as possible. Okay, and there are lots of reasons for that tactically as well, which we may get into if we have time. Let's do the exercise. So this would just be called 𝐂𝐚𝐳𝐧𝐸. It just means turning stance or wheel stance and straight punch. Same beginning, because you want to just get used to opening here. All right. Turn. So if this leg is straightening, this hand is punching. Turn, punch. Turn, punch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick from the side. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, middle. All right. This time, so first one, 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐴, force was here. 𝐿𝐼𝐿, more on the back. This one, on the front here. This is straight. Force point here. Open. Okay, don't stop here. 𝐏𝐿 doesn't stop here. Opens completely. So the body is moving, maybe evading something that's coming. I'm getting out of the way. And if this is my reach, I get extra by turning. We also get more power from the rotation. So that's what we're going to focus on. Power pop tech. First 3 techniques. Even with the legs, wouldn't we need to tense somewhat on impact? Yep. But I'm really trying to get people initially to release tension and let the weight float up. So we're trying to develop a kind of a whip-like power. And of course, a whip tenses on impact, but how am I going to put it? The tension of the whip is a result of the force propagated through the whip. Okay, the nature of the whip itself is soft. The tension, the hardness comes from the energy in it. And so that's the feeling that we're trying to develop when we're practicing the movements in the 𝐏𝐿. If you think about, I have to tense at the end of a movement, that would tend to produce the wrong kind of feeling and the wrong kind of, I know it's a bit finicky and it's much easier to teach face-to-face on this, but it's better for most people just to think more relaxed because most people are too stiff. So releasing the tension, and then you'll start to feel, as your waist turns, you'll start to feel the force going through, 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 and then eventually it will manifest as a cracking whip. Okay? Is this like 𝐿𝐴? Yes, Esther, it is really similar. The mechanics of the 𝐏𝐿 is a little different to the Yang style 𝐻𝐺 that I taught you, but in essence, it's the same. The 𝐿𝐴 is the same. The mechanics are a little different. Yeah, because this, as I say, is more like a whipping power as opposed to the 𝐻𝐺, which is more like the weight goes in. So it's like maybe using a nail, a hammer and a nail. That's more like the 𝐻𝐺, like a hammer and a nail. So when you release your power like that, in the 𝐏𝐿, it's more of a propagation outwards centrifugally. Okay. Let's yak too much again today. So let's finish with a little bit of some self-massage, especially, this time, one of the reasons I'm doing these kind of, lockdown ones, a lot of people are stressed out at this time, so we need doing some qigong, doing some breathing, self-care is important part of the training. Just putting the volume on. Okay, so let's begin by hands to the palms to the center. It's like a prayer position. So up, down. Relax. Your tongue to the roof of the mouth. Let the thoughts slow down. Calm. Okay, now I'm going to massage from the base of the palm to the tip of the middle finger. And then we're going to massage some points on the face. So the nose, corners of the eyes, mid-eyebrow, temple. And the palms can massage the face. Repeat the massage. This time, scalp massage with the fingertips and ear massage with the palms. Work your way up to the top and back down again, and don't miss any points out. And the ears, base of the skull, back of the neck. Bring the hands to the tummy like you're slightly gripping your tummy. And then like a jumper being thrown on the floor, just let yourself go completely down. It's okay if your heels come off the ground. It's okay. Just completely floppy. The idea in this posture is the heart doesn't need to work very hard to pump blood because all of the points are quite close together. So it's kind of a recovery. Raise your head up, stand up. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. Bring the arms upwards, coordinate with the in-breath. Palms face towards you, out breath. Open. Out breath. Last one. Close your step. You can have a little shake out. That concludes our quick nugget workout for tonight. Each week we're going to push it a little bit more, get you a bit more sweaty, add a few more techniques into this. There's a link underneath the video if you want to help support the channel. If we get enough support, I will continue the nuggets after the lockdown and I will film them when I'm in China, depending on how many people are interested in that. So you can support me for the cost of a cup of coffee if you click on the link. Also on the online academy, you can buy a complete Kung Fu Fundamentals course where I cover all this in way more detail and you can rewind it and there's manuals with it and everything else. Okay, went so quickly. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Great pace tonight. Yeah, thanks, Simon. The first one was hard because I was kind of feeling everyone and showing the first things, but as we move through it, it's going to get quicker. It's going to get more interesting. So thanks, Anne, Tom, Fu Jiao. Thank you. Appreciate it, everyone. Thanks for your kind words. Lots of things to learn. Yeah, never gets boring. Yeah, just missing the green tea. Absolutely, absolutely. I like pu'er tea these days, bole ta. So that's my current faves. Thanks, Barbara. Thank you, everyone. And I will see. Tomorrow is our weekly waffle. So if you want to come and chat some philosophy, psychology, it's not a workout tomorrow. It's just a yak, just a talk. But I'll also do Q&A on that. So anyone wants to come, you're very welcome. Right. See you guys tomorrow or next week. Thank you.